Hello, fellow DIYers. Welcome to my channel. Today we will be replacing brake caliper slide pins or guide pins because these can cause major issues with your brake. It can reduce braking power and cause noise like squealing or scraping. If you hear that, you might have problem with your guide pins. Watch until the end to resolve the issue and save money. For today, we are going to work on brakes on my Mazda CX-5. So let's get started. First, we need to release these lug nuts while the car is still on the ground. Otherwise, if we jack up the car and try to release these lug nuts, the wheel will keep spinning and we won't be able to do so. Technically, we can pull the handbrake, but I don't think that's a viable solution. That's it for the intro, so let's get started. Every car has jacking points. It's usually one in front, one in the back, and four on the sides. You need to find that place. It's usually the thickened part of the metal or a groove part. There's a little groove. You need to find that and just jack up the vehicle. After we have successfully lifted the vehicle, let's release these bolts all the way and remove the wheel. So we are finally here. This is the brake caliper pin that we are going to replace. Basically it has the rubber bushing, the pin itself and two bolts. We will need to hold the bottom bolt with pliers or wrench, it's 19mm here, while we unscrew the other one. I will speed it up here so you don't have to watch the whole process, but basically you just need to hold one and remove the other one. I had to change the pliers and use the wrench because it's pretty difficult with pliers, so I will continue like this. One more update. Actually, I had to use the wrench instead of socket because the handbrake line was getting in the way of the socket. So I will be using the wrench instead going forward. As you can see, there are always going to be small things that will get in your way. It's important to just don't get frustrated and keep going. Let's now repeat the same process for the bottom one. Now that we have taken out both bolts, let's proceed with taking off this brake caliper. So basically we need to remove this brake caliper before we do any other work. Just slide in the screwdriver and use the leverage to pop it off like this. And be careful here, it's very important that you do not let this brake caliper hang off of this brake caliper line, because if you break this line, your brake oil will leak and you won't have proper brakes. Moving on to brake slide pins. So let's see the health of these. As you can see, it's pretty what it seems like. It's rusty, gooey, probably because the dust boot covers have are cracked and the water got in. So that is why the caliper didn't slide in and out properly. These are the parts that we are going to use. It comes with the grease, and basically we have the boot covers or dust boots, however you call it. Then we have slide pins itself. We have the screws that we are going to use, so we are replacing screws as well. And we have the other slide pin, which, as you can see, has a little sleeve on the top. The pin with the sleeve usually goes on the last hole in the bracket. Since the brake caliper is on the left side and the disc is rotating clockwise, that means the last slide pin that disc touches is the top one. So the slide pin with the sleeve will go in the top hole. When coating the pin, make sure that you only put there like light coat and don't put too much, because if you overdo with the grease, it will cause too much pressure, which can crack the dust boot. And that is exactly what we are trying to resolve here, because someone before has put too much grease and the dust boot got cracked and water leaked in, so we didn't have the proper movement of the slide pin. After finishing with the grease, now we need to install the dust boot cover. As you can see here, this boot does have two different sides to it. So basically the one with the groove goes to the brake caliper slide pin and the other one goes into the bracket. You can see here that I only put light coat here, so this way it won't cause any issues when we install it.
Okay, so let's go ahead and install them. After you push the slide pin in, don't forget that you need to push the bottom of the dust cover. You need to push it inside the bracket. I will use my screwdriver here just to lightly push. Just be careful so you do not pop this rubber. Because if you pop, it will leak water and you have an issue. Same issue again. After you finish, it should look like this, tight, and it should bounce up when you press. We will now continue with the other pin, so sit back and relax. Finally, we are done with the slide pins. Let's now proceed and return the brake calipers back to its place. We are officially over. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching until the end. Subscribe for more and write me comments on what can I record next. So basically, after you have done all this work, just take it for a spin and see if the issue is resolved. Thank you guys and see you in the next video. Bye.